Hi, today we're going to talk about proximity. And proximity is a really fancy word that means groups. So proximity means closeness. So when you put things close together, they start to become a group. I take three things, put them together, it's a group of things. The same thing applies in graphic design. I'm actually going to use these things to explain that. I chose these from my bathroom today because graphic design is everywhere. Why not look everywhere? And the first one is this small box of dental floss. And if we look closely at it, we'll see three groups. The red words at the top, well at Walgreens. The green words in the middle, mint waxed dental floss. And at the bottom, 100 yards or 91.4 meters. Okay, so each of those is a group. Okay, by arranging the words in this way, they have relationships with each other so that we know that mint waxed belongs with dental floss. It doesn't belong with Walgreens. We also know that well does belong with Walgreens. It does not belong with 100 yards. Right, so it helps people understand what you're communicating. When we look at a slightly more complicated example, this bottle of hair gel, okay, and we'll see here that there's more color, there's more elements, but still there's groups, right? So we have the name of the product at the top, Fructis Style, and the brand name Garnier, and then in the middle we have sort of a description of what it is. Oh, also with the stuff at the top, we have this line underneath, kind of separates that from everything else, but it's part of that group. Okay, and then in the middle we have the description, Sleek and Shine Anti-Humidity Smoothing Milk. Okay, so that's another group. And then at the bottom we have a couple of yellow lines and a few more words that form third group that sort of explains what it does, that it has strong hold, it's instant smoothing, and frizz control. Okay, so this also has very obvious groups on it that help you understand the information. My last example is this bottle of cleansing gel from Dermalogica. First thing you might notice is it's much simpler, and that's something to think about. Things that have simpler designs tend to be more expensive, or things that are more expensive often have very simple, elegant designs. So how simple your design can have a lot of effect on how it's perceived. Okay? But let's get back to grouping. Okay? And here what we have is the brand name on the side here. On the other side, we just have the name of the product, Special Cleansing Gel. And at the bottom, how big the bottle is. Okay? So again, three very simple groups. So we looked at several examples, and we saw how things are grouped. But why is this grouping important? It helps people understand the message you're communicating. This may obviously be a bottle of hair gel, and there's not much confusion there. But let's look at something where there's a lot more information. On this contents page, we see that there are two columns here with some headlines, page numbers, and some descriptions. Okay, for each one of those things, it's grouped. So the number is next to the heading, and the description is underneath the heading. So that grouping helps the reader understand that those three things belong together. And also we can see in another example here, the picture on this side has a caption. The caption is close to the picture. Okay, so that creates a relationship between the caption and the picture, that they belong together. Since we group things together to reinforce the meaning that there's a connection, like with the heading and the description, we also move things further apart when there is no relationship. So this piece of text in the corner is about the cover of the magazine. The cover of the magazine is on a totally different page. So that has no connection to anything else on this page. So it is separated by distance or space from the other elements. So this is the opposite of grouping. So when something is not related, you move it further apart. When things are related, like the number, the heading, and the description, they're closer together.